The story of Sassi and Punnu is a timeless tale that transcends generations, deeply rooted in the culture of South Asia and particularly in the Sindh and Balochi traditions. It is one of the great love stories of the region, filled with deep emotions, tragedy, and the eternal fight between love and destiny. Originating from Sindh, Pakistan, this story has been passed down through centuries, often told in poetry, songs, and folk tales. But what makes this story so captivating is its ability to teach us lessons about love, sacrifice, and the human spirit. Our story begins in Bambre, a town in present-day Sindh, Pakistan, near the Indus River. It is a place known for its historical significance, but also one steeped in mystery. Sassi was born to a rich and noble Brahmin family. Her name, meaning moonlight, symbolized her extraordinary beauty and radiant presence. However, her birth was also marked by a dark prophecy that would follow her throughout her life. The prophecy foretold that Sassi, though she would be the epitome of beauty and charm, would bring misfortune and sorrow to those who loved her most. As a result, her parents, terrified by the prophecy and its implications, made a heart-wrenching decision. In a desperate bid to protect their family from the fate they believed awaited Sassi, they abandoned her at birth, setting her adrift on the Indus River in a basket. The river, a lifeline that has nourished generations, took the infant Sassi downstream, where fate intervened in the form of a kind-hearted washerman. Ada, a man of humble means, was washing clothes near the river when he discovered the basket containing the newborn girl. Overcome with compassion, Ada took the child home and raised her as his own. In his modest home, Sassi was cared for and nurtured, growing up to be a beautiful and intelligent young woman, known throughout the village for her kindness, generosity, and, of course, her breathtaking beauty. As Sassi grew older, her fame spread beyond her village. Her beauty, combined with her charm and grace, captivated the hearts of many suitors. Yet, despite the attention she received, Sassi remained humble, never letting the adoration of others change her modest and caring nature. However, it was not her beauty alone that defined her, it was her character, her inner strength, and her belief in the goodness of others. She became the talk of the town, and even neighboring regions began to hear whispers of the beautiful young woman who lived with the washerman. Meanwhile, across the vast desert and rugged mountains of Makran, in the region of Balochistan, there was a prince named Punnu. Punnu was the son of the powerful ruler of Makran, a man of great wealth, status, and influence. Yet, despite his royal position, Punnu was restless, yearning for something more than the life of luxury and power that was expected of him. He had heard tales of Sassi's unparalleled beauty and had grown captivated by her legend. The stories about her, told by travelers and traders passing through, filled his heart with longing. He became determined to meet the woman who had enchanted the hearts of so many, a woman whose beauty could rival that of the moon itself. Driven by his desire, Punnu decided to set out on a journey to Bambre, disguised as a common traveler. He hoped to see Sassi with his own eyes and, if fate permitted, win her heart. The journey was long and treacherous, taking him across deserts and mountain ranges. Yet, with each passing day, Punnu's longing grew stronger, and he pressed on, undeterred by the hardships of the road. Finally, after days of travel, Punnu arrived in Bambre. He made his way to the village and, by sheer chance, found himself in the presence of Sassi. When their eyes met for the first time, the world seemed to pause. It was as if the heavens themselves had conspired to bring them together. Sassi's eyes sparkled with kindness and warmth, while Punnu's heart raced with excitement. In that moment, they both knew their fates were intertwined, that the love they had heard about in stories was now unfolding before them. They spent the day together, talking and laughing, learning about each other's lives and dreams. The bond between them grew stronger with every passing moment, and it became clear that they had found something special. But their love, as beautiful as it was not without obstacles. Punnu, despite his noble heart, came from a family that held deep-seated traditional beliefs. His father, the ruler of Makran, had already planned for him to marry a woman of high social standing, one who would enhance their family's power and influence. When Punnu returned to his family and revealed his love for Sassi, his father and brothers were enraged. They could not fathom a prince marrying a woman from such humble beginnings, a woman who was not of royal blood. They viewed Sassi as an unworthy match for their son and heir. Despite Punnu's protests, they insisted that he abandon his love for her and marry someone of his own status. But Punnu's love for Sassi was strong, and he refused to give her up. In defiance of his family, Punnu secretly married Sassi. The ceremony was simple, but filled with love and joy. For a brief moment, it seemed as though nothing could tear them apart. But their happiness was short-lived. Punnu's brothers, determined to separate the lovers, hatched a cruel plan. They invited Punnu to a celebration, a grand feast in honor of his marriage to Sassi, and persuaded him to drink deeply. Under the influence of wine, Punnu was abducted and taken back to Makran, far from Sassi's reach. When Sassi awoke and found her husband gone, her heart shattered. The world seemed to fall apart as she realized that the love she had just found had been ripped away from her. But Sassi was not one to give up. Her love for Punnu was unshakable, and she vowed to find him no matter the cost. With a fierce determination, she set out on a perilous journey through the harsh deserts of Sindh and Balochistan, walking barefoot across scorching sands, enduring hunger and exhaustion, all for the love of the man she had married. Her journey was long and grueling, but Sassi's love gave her the strength to continue. She faced many challenges along the way, but with each obstacle, she grew more resolute. She passed through desolate deserts, crossed rivers, and climbed mountains, but still, there was no sign of Punnu. Yet, it is said that the divine forces themselves watched over her, guiding her with signs and visions. It was as if the earth, the sky, and the very elements of nature were aiding her quest, for love had become a force of destiny that even the world could not ignore. But as Sassi neared the city of Makran, where Punnu was being held, tragedy struck. Exhausted, dehydrated, and nearing the end of her strength, Sassi collapsed in the desert, not far from her destination. Her love had carried her so far, but her body could go no further. She fell into an eternal slumber, her soul departing from her earthly form. When Punnu learned of Sassi's fate, his heart was broken. He had been freed from captivity but arrived too late to be with the woman he loved. He rushed to the place where she had fallen, calling her name, but it was to no avail. Sassi was gone, and Punnu, too, succumbed to grief and despair. Some versions of the tale suggest that he, too, died from a broken heart, unable to live without the woman he had loved so deeply. The tragic story of Sassi and Punnu has resonated through generations, becoming a symbol of eternal love, sacrifice, and the power of destiny. Their love was pure and unyielding, transcending the barriers of social class, family, and even death itself. It teaches us that true love is not easy, and that sacrifices are often required to follow our hearts. It is a reminder that no matter the hardships, love can carry us through even the most difficult of circumstances. The story of Sassi and Punnu lives on, continuing to inspire and remind us of the enduring power of love, even in the face of impossible odds. Their story has been retold in poetry, songs, and folklore, immortalizing their love and their sacrifice for generations to come. In the hearts of those who hear their tale, Sassi and Punnu remain symbols of undying love, proof that the greatest of loves are often the most challenging and the most beautiful. In the end, the love between Sassi and Punnu is not merely a story of two individuals. It is a lesson for all of us, a lesson that love, in all its forms, has the power to transcend boundaries, to heal, and to create legacies that last beyond lifetimes.